G'day, I'm Alan the Love Engineer from theloveengineer.rocks, and this little video is entitled School Messes Us Up for Life. And why I say that is because there's a key lesson that they don't teach. In fact, they demonstrate all the way through the whole school process the opposite of what is needed to be understood for life. What do I mean? Well, in school, you have a lesson, you have a lesson, you have a lesson, you have a lesson, you have a lesson. And at the end, you get the test. How many lessons do you have? Well, that depends on the subject and how many lessons the teachers or the schools or the governing bodies or whatever else think that the students will need to be able to get and pass that test. Okay, great. It kind of makes sense, doesn't it? But then you leave school, you get out of school, into the real world, into life. And life works a little bit differently. Whether it's in business, whether it's in relationships, or just any area. What happens is you have a test, you have a test, you have a test, you have a test. You keep repeating that test time and time again until you get the lesson. And when we have those tests, all too often we look at ourselves on the inside and look at the things that we perceive to be flaws and think, well, why does this happen to me? Or this happens because I'm not good enough, or some similar kind of thought process. What if you looked at it a different way? What if instead of having that test, 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 and then eventually years down the line maybe getting the lesson behind the test, what would happen if you had a test and instead, okay, what can I learn from this? What is this moment in time trying to teach me? What do I need to learn here? And you get that lesson. Once you've got the lesson, you don't repeat the test. And that happens time and time again in relationships, especially when with that other person, where as much as we like to think we know what's going on, the other person has a different model of the world. They see differently, they think differently, even when we have a lot of stuff aligned. Sometimes that difference is the magic and where the attraction comes from. I'm Alan the Love Engineer from theloveengineer.rocks.